Yeah, we had great leadership a year ago, and it kind of all came together as far as some of the plans that we had set in the preseason. It's kudos to the guys that are on the team as far as their execution, their belief in what we're doing, and our continuance of our strong culture. So, it was a fun year. It was a good building block for us. And then now getting some guys back, we've really challenged our guys to forget about last season, and this is a new season. So I give a lot of credit to the players for really buying into a thought process and a vision of what we want it to become, and they went out and executed it.
I think Coach Adam hit it on a pretty big, just consistency in the room, making sure everyone knows their actual job. And then just the main thing, just believing in our coach, believing what the film says, and just attacking it with the proper game plan.
I thought a big thing from us last year was our communication on the defensive side, especially on the sideline during games. Things got chaotic the year prior, and I thought we did a really good job of cleaning that up and taking care of the small things.
Each of the what I call super seniors or graduate seniors, right? They probably could have, on their track, they probably could have graduated, with their classes. And in fact, they did technically in the spring. It speaks a lot about their belief in us. It speaks a lot about their belief in unfinished business as far as a football program. If you love ball, you play as long as you humanly possibly can. And I think these guys are going out with no regrets. They're putting it all on the line, and they're going to have great stories to carry with them throughout their lives.
Yeah, I'm currently a fifth year, so it definitely it didn't take much convincing me to come back. We have a really great group of guys and a really great coaching staff, and we've done a great job of buying into this and wanting to be here and being all aligned in our goals here.
Yeah, and for me, COVID was like a dark time for a lot of people, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, sort of. And for me, that's this fifth year eligibility. And yeah, I'm so excited to be back with all my brothers and get another shot at this thing, because we played well last year, but we did not love the end result.
Yeah, I think you're going to see some changes in our offense. I think the basis and what our plan is very similar, but with a different man running the ship now with Coach Ferguson. He's a former offensive lineman, and I think maybe we'll have a little bit more balance as far as run pass. What we consider balance as far as getting our players the ball in space. So we're being creative with our personnel. I think it's going to be very hard to match up against our offense with the amount of different variations that we have and some of the things that we're doing and working on this preseason camp.
I can confidently say that right now that this is probably the most talented group of players that we've had on the offensive side of the ball since I've been here. So, I mean, I can't even put into words how confident and how behind all of these guys that I am this season. Schematically, not much has changed for us. I think we've graduated some guys, and at the same time, we've had a lot of guys step up and really buy into their roles. So we have a lot of different moving parts in our offense right now, and we're doing a really good job.
Yeah, I feel like the classes that have come in under us have done a great job of picking up that culture that Coach Adam has installed in us, and they've been doing the same things that we've been doing. No class outweighs the other, and we're all in this thing together.
Yeah, I mean, it's for the wide receiver group. It's an older group. They played a lot of football, and we feel like there's a lot of guys that people have to watch out for, and that we can target, within our passing game and our run game and our screen game. So we have a plethora of running backs, and we feel like the guys that we have in our quarterback room are all capable. So we have multiple guys in that position. So we're going to see how this thing shapes out, but it'll be, like I said, it'll be tough to match up with us in certain positions. Yeah, I think for the guys that have the maturity that we have in our defense, this is going to go as much as they want to take it, right? And so I try to be the architect of it, but they're the leaders on the field. And so for them, it's about their expectation and how good do we want to be. We were a top 20 defense a year ago. I've challenged the guys that that's not good enough here. So we'll see if they accept the challenge and they continue throughout the rest of the season.
Oh, definitely. Taylor's definitely one of the most vocal guys on the defensive side. I come to him for questions. He's been a great leader to me, so I agree with him being the quarterback of the defensive.
One thing we preach a lot is, we like to fill the fence in the offense or defensive line. Everyone does their job. Everyone controls their gap. And not a lot of teams can run the ball against us.
Top of that, I think Coach Adam does a good job of saying, if you fail, fail fast. If you're out of position, you can at least still somewhat make a play out of it. So that's what we preach, because you're not going to be perfect 100% of the time.
One thing we really preach in the D-line room especially is violence and physicality. Like you said earlier, we're not the biggest group, but yeah, we got to come with something extra. So we bring that violence, physicality to our game, and that really helps us out.
I think that a big part of our leadership role is kind of just going out and doing what we do every day. I don't think that there really has to be a whole lot of chatter of doing this and doing that. I think just having the group of leaders that we have right now going and showing people instead of telling what we're supposed to be doing is it's a really good look for them.
How we get to the top of the intent is just focusing on what we do, right? So, we don't put focus on who we're playing. We go week by week, day by day. I couldn't honestly tell you who we're playing week 4 or week 5. It has no importance to me. What lies is how we execute, how we tackle, what our mindset is. Everything is about how we execute things here. So they have done a great job of executing at a higher level. We've surrounded our group with more, talented players who fit our schematics. And we're just trying to carry out a legacy that we started, many years ago when I showed up here on campus. And with more support from our campus and our athletic department to try to make a dent. And I think everybody is excited about football, getting back on the hilltop, and it should be the lifeblood of any institution here in collegiate athletics.